Yo, Wednesday wind down, and we live, bro. Is you confident enough to take your shirt off in the sun? And then if you got colored hair, you need some oil to keep your hair together. Man, it's episode 2 of the Wednesday wind down. I tried to have my little mic set up like everybody else, but my mics ain't charged, so I'ma rig it, man. Yo, Wednesday wind down, man. We in the sauna with it. You know what I mean? Going live. Wednesday wind down. I got a little script I'm gonna read for podcast purposes. Welcome to Wednesday wind down. Shout out to our sponsors, Whoop, W-H-O-O-P, and Caviar Cleanse. Links is in the show notes. Today's episode is brought to you by, I already said it, courtesy of Sweat House Contrast Therapy Studios. Get your sweat on while you get your bed on. If you never tried contrast therapy, you're missing out on one of the simplest ways to reset your nervous system and recharge your mindset. I'm Trvly, the #1 confidence coach, helping high achievers uncover the confidence gaps that are silently costing them money. Using my 5-layer confidence framework, I help you increase earnings in 5 days or less. No fluff, just focused shifts. Let's get into some of the Godfidence and talk about the power of systems, because confidence isn't just about how you feel, it's about what you repeat. Systems are how you build repeatable results. But first, let's address the 3 biggest hangups people have when they're considering hiring a confidence coach. Number 1, I should be able to figure this out on my own. True. But listen, confidence doesn't grow in isolation. Even the best athletes have coaches. Second concern, I tried self-help stuff before, it didn't stick. Well, that's because you had motivation, not a system. My framework is designed to integrate into your real life, not just hype you up. What's going on? We trying something new, man. We sweating in the sauna and we cooking up and lecturing. Feel me? Everything's content. Feel me? All right, last thing. Is it really worth the investment? If confidence gaps are costing you clients, clash, or clarity, what's the cost of staying stuck? We're diving into how systems solve these doubts and create a new baseline for your personal power and professional profits. All right, enough of that. You know, like I said, man, we Wednesday wind down. We live in the sauna. Toxins released and teaching. Yeah, the double whammy. So yeah, systems and Godfidence. One of my wives, she got Godfidence tatted on her, and I thought it'd be dope because if we can lean on God to help us with our confidence, or confide in God, right, to base our confidence, will be a lot better. Everybody may not be a Bible believer, but if you is, lean on God, confide in Him for your confidence. Cool. That's a little free game for you. Moving forward, systems. I am the man I am today because of my systems. Without systems, I ain't got nothing going. I'm relying on my own human capital, and on the day-to-day in today's economy, you can't do much like that. Today I put in 12 hours at my job. Cool, that make the money, but it don't sustain the business. So I gotta be in the practice of delegating tasks and identifying what systems keep me visible, what systems keep me profitable, what systems keep me alive, and what systems help me thrive, right? So how did you determine your best system to live by? Trial and error. A lot of trial and error. Like, I got a coaching client right after this, and he said, man, you're so good at this. I said, bro, I'm very good at this because I practice. I'm very real with myself on what moves the needle in my life and in my business. And the systems that I use are the right systems in terms of determining the best ones. Let's do it in reverse. What kind of workflow is going to keep business going? There's an answer for that. Whatever that is, that's the first priority. Okay, in terms of wellness and preservation, what methods, what practices can I implement to keep me sane while I'm going for higher levels? So contrast therapy, maybe a little more. Boom, just to get the logo in there. Contrast therapy helps me, detoxify and kind of unwind, but to stay level-headed, right? Coaching helps me stay relatable. It keeps me humble in a sense that, to me, coaching reminds me of why I started. Coaching reminds me that in the beginning, I didn't have anyone to assist me, right? And so if we can focus on 3 systems that help us, right? Then the first thing is what makes the money, what keeps me alive, and what keeps me on a positive frequency. So in terms of how do I determine my best systems, I try all the systems that come to mind and then vet the ones that make the most sense. And of course the undertone is practice, practice, practice. So that's what I lean on, that's what I lean in with. Hopefully that answers her question in terms of how do I determine the best systems to live by. In terms of what systems do I actually use, it's like this here. Me, I'm very critical on watching and tracking my habits, my tasks, and my money. So the best systems for me is tracking my money, tracking my habits, and then tracking my patterns. By tracking my money, I'm aware of where my money is going and where it's not going, right? In terms of having a team, if I have an assistant that does everything for me on the business side, I can focus on the content, I can focus on the infrastructure of the business, I can focus on keeping my face pretty. So when the camera is on me, I know how to be. I can practice my stage presence. You feel me? Right, that's the trifecta right there. I'm practicing my stage presence. And again, the key to my success, honestly, is I do have an assistant that does everything on the business side, in terms of visibility, content creation, all those things. All I do is hop on live and just talk, quarterback it to her, she handles the rest. That right there is a game changer for me, first off. Second thing is my money. I got to be burning both sides of the candle because that's just the way I roll. I've been a workaholic since I was 16. I've been going to bed at midnight since I was 16. You know what I'm saying? And so the money system for me is do what you need to do to get where you need to go. And then the second part is, if you're gonna make the money, know where it's going. I feel like we're so eager to make the money, but we're so eager to also overlook where the money is going and why it's going different places. One of the biggest hacks that I've always told my clients is, imagine a world where January 1 hits and by February 1, you spent all of the expenses annually for the rest of the year. So every expense has an annual amount. In the first 30 days of that year, you either put funds to the side for the following 12 months, or like if it's Shopify or a TradingView or a Mint Mobile or a cell phone plan, you just pay it up for the year in the first month of the year, and then every month after that, it's all profit. That's a very effective system, especially when it comes to bookkeeping. So there's that. Now, personally, right, if the body is made up of systems, we often think that we have to pick one thing and stick to that. When in reality, our body is a layer of systems, a layer of functions, multiple layers of different tasks and activities. So we have to get better at juggling different tasks and not feeling like we have to stick with one. I know everybody tell you focus on one thing, but if the human body was to focus on one thing, I would have to breathe, stop, blink, stop, talk, stop, scratch my head, stop, stand up, stop. Instead, I can do all these things fluidly. So the practice of fluidity, right, with the human systems, aka the body, is a really big hack. You got to know your body. See, me, I'm dialed in. From last year with coaching, I realized I can't run my yap no more than 3 hours. I realized that in terms of my workflow, the legal limit is 12 hours. So I now want to time travel 10, 20, 30 years down the line with my most profitable money maker to see if it's even worth it. If the job pays you 40 grand for 25 years, the job would have paid you $1 million. Oh yeah, that was a good live. I'm going to end that for the phone get too hot. Trvly.